Hey everyone, welcome to Good DIY Plans. In this video, we're going to be going over how to make this gardening bed. So the key features of this design include the fact that it's waist height. This makes it ergonomic so that you don't have to bend down when working. It's easy on your back. Also, it has a nice convenient shelf here on the bottom for additional storage. And then you have casters that allow this to be moved from side to side if you have plants that require like additional sunlight or if you have a shady area. The planter box is deep enough to house plants such as zucchini, tomato, cucumbers, and also common herbs as well. So this is going to be a beginner-friendly step-by-step tutorial so that you can make this for your own home as well. As of right now, about 50 people have already built this specific design. 4 people have chosen to review it. Currently, it's at 5.0 stars, which is really solid. And then I do have a couple photos to show you guys from actual builders here. So Caesar in 2006 wrote, great plans, made a little change, added 4 casters. So instead of 2, they put 4. It's looking good. And then Lisa here is happy. She said, this is exactly what I wanted. So it looks like she modified this. So it's no longer a shelf, but just casters here. So that's awesome. The overall dimensions of the planter box are 30 inches tall. It's 26.5 inches deep and 48 inches wide. So let's go ahead and dive into how to actually make this. The first part is going to be to make the sides of the planter box. So what we're going to do is take 4 2x6 lumber pieces that are 23.5 inches long, and we're going to secure them to 2 2x4s that are 27 inches long. So here I recommend you pre-drill and countersink the screws. This prevents the 2x4 from splitting. Next, go ahead and take the remaining 2 of these 2x6s and attach them to 2 30-inch 2x4s. Again, pre-drill and countersink. So this is 3 inches shorter, this is 3 inches longer. The reason why we're doing that is because that's going to be the height difference that the casters are going to add. If you're going to add casters on all 4 sides, then just make them all 27. And if you're going to have no casters at all, then just make them all 30 inches. And you'll see as we go, there's going to be these slight changes and slight differences that you can adjust for when you're actually building this. So in the end, you're going to have 2 components here that are going to be slightly different. Next, go ahead and add 2 45-inch 2x6s. So these are going to be in the center here. So we're going to use 2.5-inch screws for this. Pre-drill and countersink this. We use 2.5 so that the screws don't poke through to the other side. All right, so go ahead and add 2 more additional pieces just like it. So this is going to be on the other side. Now for the shelf on the bottom, here is the cut list. So we're going to need a total of 2 of these 48 2x4s, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8 23.5-inch 2x6s. So put these together by securing them with 2.5-inch screws, and then the gaps here are 9/16 of an inch. So you can maybe cut a little spacer block, that way each of these spaces is going to be unique and uniform. You can use glue at this point because this is not actually going to make contact with the soil, so you don't have to worry about any chemicals like leaching into the soil if you're going to be planting edible things in your planter box. Okay, next we're going to add a bottom. So for the bottom, we're going to be using 2 48-inch, these are 2x4s, and then these are 2 48-inch 2x6s, or 3 of them rather. So we're going to secure this to the bottom here by adding 2.5-inch screws. So pre-drill and countersink this. Next, we're going to be adding these support blocks. So these are going to be 2x4s at 11.5 inches, and we're going to add them directly to the legs like you see here. So use 2.5-inch screws, pre-drill those, and connect those together on all 4 sides. And here you can use glue if you'd like. Okay, the next thing is to drill drain holes into this. So you can use like a 1/2-inch diameter drill bit. And the reason why we need drain holes is if you think about the volume of the soil, so this is 11 inches by 20.5 by 45, it's a pretty good amount of soil that it's going to hold. So you definitely want to drill those holes to prevent the roots from rotting and from it essentially turning into like a swamp because plants are going to die in that. So next, go ahead and add the shelf component that you made earlier. So this is going to just come down and it's going to rest directly on top of these support blocks that you put in earlier. So connect these with 2.5-inch screws, pre-drill, countersink, and here you can use glue safely. The next part is going to be to add the casters. So the casters are going to be added here, so it can be to the shelf and the leg, but the main thing is it has to be on the leg. The reason why is because that weight is going to be transferred down and into the caster. So I know that some of those caster wheels or mounds can be pretty big, so you have enough space to work with that there. So now on the back here, since we're not adding casters, what we need to do is we need to add 2 blocks. So these are 2x4s. So you have 3-inch 2x4 kind of lime green blocks here. So what we're going to do is we're going to secure them directly to the leg. This way, the weight is being transferred down the leg and it's not resting on screws here, right? So it's actually getting passed down to this. Now, really critical here, since this is a tiny little block, you definitely need to pre-drill this. So pre-drill and glue it. Use a generous amount of glue on this. The block needs to not split. It needs to remain intact. So go ahead and make both of those. Okay, the last step is going to be to just add some fabric liner, and then if you're not going to be planting, edible plants, if this is just going to be like a flower bed, you're welcome to paint, stain it, do whatever you want to it, since you're not going to be eating it. But that's it. Now, for those of you who are ready to build this garden bed, I do have a DIY plan PDF that's going to be linked below. It's much more detailed. It goes into the shopping list, the cut list, the cut diagram so that you're not wasting any lumber, the tools and materials, as well as links to be able to purchase everything that you're going to need for this. And of course, the step-by-step instructions. So you can print this and then just work offline at your own pace in your garage. This way you don't have the phone or the laptop in the garage getting jammed up with all that sawdust and mess. So I appreciate everyone who supports good DIY plans. You guys have an awesome day. If this video was valuable to you, check out the next project on the screen.